Hey, what's going on everybody? Suro here. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to teach you how to make this a rainbow road, and I gotta say, it is an absolutely amazing piece. It is touch of magic, of course, but I think you guys are going to find many uses for it. Now, if you guys do enjoy this video at all, or you want to see more creations like this, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a lot. And also, if you want more tutorials, smashing the like button and subscribing definitely tells me that you guys enjoy all of these builds and custom furniture and stuff like that. So I definitely want to help you out. But this one right here is actually not my own creation. I have gotten so many comments over the past few days like what this is and how do you make it. I cannot take credit for this. I actually saw someone on TikTok make this like half a year ago. It was like 4 or 5 months ago, maybe half a year ago. It's been a while. I had to go and research and find their name again, but it was Mandy over on TikTok, and I will link her TikTok down below. Make sure you guys share and show her some love over there, of course, because without her, I wouldn't have noticed this. I wouldn't have known about it, and I wouldn't have this amazing piece in my valley. And you guys are amazing at building, so you guys will definitely be able to find a very good use for this. But I think it looks really cool. It has a glow to it, and let me show you how I'm using it currently. So you probably saw it over here, and I have not really decorated this area. It's just what I've slapped down, but look how cool that looks with the multiplayer thing. So when I made this, we obviously didn't have multiplayer. We didn't have this like unit right here at all, but I started placing it down over here and it just matches perfectly. Again, I haven't set this place up or like built it. I kind of just slapped it down for now, but you guys can see the potential of making some incredible stuff with this for sure. All right, now that all that intro is out of the way, let's go ahead and start working on this. Alrighty, everybody, let's get started. So we're gonna go over here to customize. We're gonna go down to add new. We're gonna do basic rug. We're gonna hit create. And we're going to change the base, like the actual carpet. We're going to change it to a completely different material. So we're going to go all the way down to the brick at the bottom right. It's got like some darker shades of brick. Click on that one. And then we're going to have to rotate it, right? So we want it to be like a completely straight line. So I think that looks pretty straight. It's kind of matching up with my line I have right here. So just make sure that they're completely straight going one direction. And then we're going to change the two colors here to white. So down here underneath the material, we're going to do white on both of them. And there we go. So this is the blank canvas we're going to be working on. The reason we're making this a brick, which we'll be changing later, is just so we have some lines to make the centering and make everything even. It's going to make it so much easier. So let's start with our first layer. You literally just go to the shapes category. We're going to scroll down. You're going to have this one right here. So there's the one with the transparent at the top, and then it's a little darker down here. Same with this one, but it's smaller. So we're going to pick this one right here. We're going to expand it all the way. Let's go ahead and change the color to red. So you really have to decide what colors you want and stay in that one category. So I'm going to do the third category up here. We're going to do this red one, and then we're going to make our way down here. And when I do change the colors, we're going to alternate. So we're going to start with this red one here, and then we're going to do this orange. But then I'm going to skip this yellow. We're going to go straight to this one because it's brighter. We'll skip this green. Then we'll go to this green because it's brighter. Skip this little turquoise. We're going to go to this blue right here. And then the last one will be this purple right here. So that's how it's going. So we're going to do red first. We've expanded it. We are going to turn it. And as you can see, we need to line it up perfectly. So if you make an error, it's okay. You can definitely change it later on. So I think that's kind of straight. Also, I am not very good at decorating, and I know you guys are all probably perfectionists, so you're going to do so much better than me, but I'll at least be able to give you a little, you know, a little setup to get you started. And now you could mirror it, or you could just start a new one right here if you wanted. Hit shapes, go back down, click on this one, expand. And we're going to rotate it. So I've kind of lined up this line right here because there's going to be a line. It's with another line, so I had to go off the picture a little bit. So let's go ahead and get this straight. And as soon as it matches up like that, then you know that you pretty much have it straight. Maybe turn it a little bit more. There we go. All right, so we have this one done. Everything is exactly the same. So what we're going to do here is go ahead and add another one. Shapes. We're going to do this one, and let me try and change my camera. There we go. Make this easier. So we're going to expand. We're going to change the color to orange. So this one right here looks too much like yellow, so we're actually just going to click this one. We're gonna rotate it like we would with the other ones. And make sure you watch until the end because there is a very important part that makes it where it looks like it actually kind of glows. So now we're gonna go about 5 spaces from the top. So this part can be a little tricky, but you can adjust it later. So we have like one brick right here, and as you can see, it looks like my bricks are actually going slanted a little bit, so I actually need to change that. We need to go back up here to the top and make those a little more straight. Okay, there we go. So this should actually help us out later on. So back to orange. We're gonna go about 5 blocks from the top. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're gonna go down about like this. We're gonna rotate that, make sure it lines up. And boom, just like that. There we go. That's not perfect, but you know what? It's not really gonna matter if it's completely perfect or not. So there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And right there. So then we're gonna go ahead and hit shapes. We're gonna do another one, expand, rotate, and something like so. Rotate it a tiny bit more. There we go. All right, perfect, except not really. And now we're gonna do another shape. We're gonna click on this one, expand. This time we're gonna change the color to this really bright yellow. Let's go ahead and turn it around. Same thing, we're gonna do about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna do about right here, and then just straighten it up, and then make it up with that line right there. So that one actually went pretty smoothly. Shapes again, expand, rotate, and get it completely straight. So we're gonna go ahead and do another one, expand. This time we're skipping again. We're gonna do this really bright green right here. We're gonna rotate it, try and get it straight as we can. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you could do something like this. And I imagine if you're on console, this is gonna be a little bit trickier, but I don't know if that one's completely lined up. But I'm sure you guys get the general idea of how to do this. And then we're gonna line it up like this. It's kind of close. It's kind of wonky, but you know what? That's what we love about my valley. So zoom out. This time we're gonna do purple. No, we're gonna do blue. So we're gonna skip one. We're gonna do this blue right here, all the way expanded. Get it straight. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna place it right about here. Duplicate it again. Zoom. And once you get the hang of it, it's obviously gonna go a lot faster. You're pretty much just going down the line. So as you can see, that one is kind of slanted over here. So if you mess up and you notice like one's not up enough, you just click back on the other one, zoom out, and then it'll put you back up there. So there you go. So now we have that one. And then the last one is purple. So we're going to expand, change the color, and you could do any purple you want. So this one looks kind of nice if you want darker tone, or you could just do this one. I think this one looks pretty cool. It's pretty dang bright. And we're going to go down 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we would place it right about here. Let's straighten it up a little bit. And ta-da! One more. Shapes. This. Rotate it. And there we go. So as you see, this last one has a lot of extra space on it because it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what we could do is actually move it down quite a bit to like this one and just go back, work our way back up to the top. So then you could just kind of reline everything up however you wanted to. And like I said, the brick isn't going to be showing after a while. This one you could probably honestly go down even more. So you could kind of line it up like this. And this is where you can just kind of adjust them to however you want. So as you see, you can only you can move it all the way down and it stops right here. So if you wanted that to be a good base of how you should do that, do this, you definitely could. And then line this one back up to right there. All right, perfect. So then we're gonna go to the blue. Same thing. You could make it go down an extra brick or so if you wanted to. This one's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that one's always going to be, you know, one of them is always going to be a little off. So you could keep it as the red to be a little off, or this one. And you can leave it like that. So whenever you get your colors and your lines set up the way that you actually want them to, now we're going to go all the way back over to this. And we're actually going to change the material back down to this blue over here, the one on the left. And this is what makes it look like it's kind of glowing here. As you can see, these are like the yellow is kind of small, so we can adjust the shapes there. The blue needs to come down a little bit because it's a little too light right here. But yeah, you could do that, and then you could change the glossiness however you want. You can make it look like metal, or you can turn it all the way down. And then this blue right here, you're just going to keep it on this one right there. So as you can see, the blue was a little too much, so we're just going to click on this, and then obviously you'd want to leave the brick on it, but click on that one, and then you could bring it down a little bit and make sure everything is lined up. So we can undo. If we back out right now, this is the one that we just created. The shapes are off a little bit, but let's compare it to the ones I actually spent some time on. And we'll pair it up like right here. Oh, I actually changed the wrong purple, so you could change it to a lighter purple if you wanted, which I think was a little bit down. And yeah, I think we did a pretty decent job. Obviously, this blue one right here is off, so you'd have to straighten that up. But that is how you make the rainbow road, and I think it looks absolutely awesome. You can make a different color variants of it if you wanted, and just make sure you line up all your shapes correctly. So we could pick this up, and then we could go back at it to fix it to however we want. So we're going to go to furniture, customize, go back to it, and here we have it. So this blue one definitely needs to go back, and to fix it, we would go back here, switch it back to the brick, and then we would make this white. As you see, the white actually makes it like a peek through, so you can actually see it a little bit better. And then we would go back to that blue, that way we can actually fix it. But we need to make the blue go down like quite a bit, so we would do that, and then we would take this one and have it go down to that one. The green would need to come down one, so right about here. And then the other green needs to come down another one, so right about there. The yellow needs to come down to about right there. And then I think this one's pretty much spot on. Yeah, we just need to do that one. And then let's go back up to red. Sorry, not red. We need to do orange. So orange looks pretty good in the spot it is here. This one looks pretty good. We're just going to straighten it up a little bit. And then there's the red right there. So yeah, I think it looks pretty solid now. And then we could change that purple because we wanted the lighter color purple. So we would change it right here. And you could do this one right here, which I actually do think looks better. So we'll change that one. We'll change it to this one here. And I think this one looks a little bit more like the one I had just made. So we would again switch the back to the blue. Make sure the blue is on this one right here. You could change that down. And let's place it down. Let's see how we did. All right, so it is pretty dang good. You could also change it to the lime green over here if you wanted, or you could keep the darker green. Pretty much just whatever colors you want. And they are slightly different than my original. As you can see, I have more red on this one here and a less purple on here, but it doesn't really matter. Like you can only see a difference because we're comparing it with my original. But this carpet itself right here actually looks like it's a near perfection. The one that we just made, I think it looks actually really good. And then that's pretty much it. So I think you guys have a pretty good idea of how you can do this. I'm absolutely not a professional with touch magic. This is the only carpet, the only touch of magic that I've actually tried to do. And I did it looking off of a guide as well. But I hope this video helped you out a ton. If you do want me to actually invest some time into touch of magic and make my own creations and make some guides, let me know. I think that I could be good at touch of magic if I actually spend time with it. It is a feature I have not touched, believe it or not. With my thousands of hours of gameplay, I have not messed with the touch of magic, but it's definitely something in our downtime when we're waiting for, you know, new content I do want to do. But if you guys are interested in custom designs, I will absolutely do it and create some tutorials. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you guys have the absolute best day ever, and I'll see you in the next one.